As the nearly 65,000 residents of hard-hit Rutherford County, North Carolina, struggle to clear endless mud and debris left behind by Hurricane Helene, help has hit a roadblock. Out of an abundance of caution, FEMA says instead of going door to door, disaster assistance teams there will be stationed at fixed locations, while the agency looks into alleged threats against their personnel. FEMA says search and rescue is still underway and disaster recovery centers remain open. The move comes as the Washington Post reported an email by the U.S. Forestry Service to federal responders in Rutherford County, alerting them of an apparent stand down after National Guard troops reportedly encountered armed militia saying they were, quote, hunting FEMA. This as false claims swirl online that the federal government planned to halt search and rescue efforts in order to seize and bulldoze Chimney Rock inside Rutherford County. It's one of many conspiracy theories that have prompted FEMA to create a page on its site discrediting rumors and false information about its response to Helene.
They stole the FEMA money just like they stole it from a bank so they could give it to their illegal immigrants.
Former President Trump has repeatedly spread that debunked lie, though FEMA does sometimes provide grants to offset costs of migrant arrivals. The source of funding is separate from its pool for disaster relief.
What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this beautiful Monday night. I'm doing well myself. Hope you had a very, very nice, relaxing weekend. Ours went well. It just go too fast. Next thing you know, you're back into Monday, the beginning of the week. Well, time goes by fast anyway, so it is what it is. Well, now, shout out to the sister, the Awakened One, for hipping me to that particular prior video clip that we just watched about FEMA. There's a lot of lies going on about FEMA, okay? And that's just what it is. And this latest antics is that they're halting funds because they are being threatened by militia groups. But the thing is this. We got Kamala Harris right here that says that, hey, FEMA relief victims were going to get like $750, to help out or what have you. But hey, there's some strings attached with that, and there's a lot of people saying that they were actually denied, up on another string that was attached to it. But we're going to get into that later. And then you have Alejandro Mayorkas, okay, who actually said that, FEMA don't have the funds, to even deal with hurricane season. Basically, like FEMA's broke. And that's just, hey, what it is, And here, last but least, Karen Jean-Pierre, you understand, she's defending what seems to be lies, and don't nobody actually believe her. And she's, getting angry when reporters question her about these funds that has already been put out, that has been allocated and distributed to Ukraine, billions of dollars to fund the war, okay? Allegedly. This is what people are saying, But what I want us to do is listen to some of these three right here, and then we're going to get into what the people that are actually the so-called hurricane victims and what they have to say about it. Check this out.
We are meeting the immediate needs with the money that we have. We are expecting another hurricane hitting. We do not have the funds. FEMA does not have the funds to make it through the season.
And I want to thank the local leaders for together creating a task force-like response, knowing that we are at our best when we work together and coordinate resources, coordinate our communications to the maximum effect for the community that has been impacted. And the federal relief and assistance that we have been providing has included FEMA providing $750 for folks who need immediate needs being met, such as food, baby formula, and the like. And you can apply now for anyone who's watching this who has been affected. There are FEMA personnel who are going door to door to interact personally with folks, especially those who do not have electricity but also that aid, if you have electricity, can be applied for online, and I encourage people to do that. FEMA will just basically verify your address, and then the process should take hold. FEMA is also providing tens of thousands more dollars for folks to help them be able to deal with home repair, to be able to cover a deductible when and if they have insurance, and also hotel costs. Today I'm also announcing that the President has approved the Governor's request for 100% federal reimbursement of local costs.
And on this issue of funding, the administration has money to send to Lebanon without Congress coming back. But Congress does have to come back to approve money to send to people in North Carolina. Do I have that right?
Here's what I'm going to be very clear about. The President and the Vice President has had a robust whole of government response to this. Hundreds of millions of dollars. I said it at the top, more than $200 million that we have directly put towards survivors here for disaster help. And that's because of this President's commitment to make sure that we are there for communities that are impacted. We take this very seriously again. We take this very seriously. And before the hurricane hit, we pre-positioned more than 1,500 federal folks on the ground to help. And so we have made sure that every state has gotten their storm requested emergency declaration. They requested it, and we made sure they received it. We've taken this very seriously. More than $200 million that we have provided to the impacted areas. But instead, people want to do disinformation, misinformation, which is dangerous. Because then when folks on the ground hear that, they may not want to ask for the help that they need. That is there for them. That's our focus here.
But President Biden is fond of saying, show me your budget and I will tell you what you value. If he's got money for people in Lebanon right now, without Congress having to come back, what does it say about his values? There's not enough money right now for
His
people
values,
in North Carolina who need it. That's not misinformation.
Wait, no, that is your whole premise of the question is misinformation, sir. What you do? Yes, it's misinformation.
Is there money to send to Lebanon right now?
I just mentioned to you that we provided more than $200 million to folks who are impacted in the area, and I just shared with you that people are deciding not to. People are deciding not to.
President wait. To Congress that there's not enough money to help people in North Carolina.
We're talking about the SBA disaster loan.
That's money for people in North Carolina.
And that's important, and people in North Carolina need that. Wait, this is nothing new. Peter, this is nothing new. Congress comes together, they provide money, millions of dollars, for disaster relief. We're asking them to do the job that they have been doing for some time.
The letter that President Biden
They're doing
sent to
for
Johnson,
some
McConnell,
time.
Schumer, and Jeffries. The President's letter is not misinformation. Would you agree?
No, the way you're asking me the question is misinformation. There's money that we are allocating to the impacted areas, and there's money there to help people who truly need it. There are survivors who need the funding, and it's there.
That you don't like misinformation.
I actually said we have the money available to help survivors of Hurricane Helene and also Hurricane Milton. Now there's going to be a shortfall, right? Because we don't know how bad Hurricane Milton is going to be. And so we're going to need additional funding. That's
exactly what I just asked about. And you said it was misinformation.
What you're asking me is why Congress needs to come back and do their job. That's what you're asking me. Congress needs to come back and do their job and provide extra assistance, extra funding to disaster relief fund. That's what Congress needs to do, and we're going to continue to urge that. You may not want that, but that's okay. That's what this president wants, and that's what the vice president wants. Thanks, everybody.
Now, you see what I mean? It's so many mixed stories. You understand? Now, Alejandro Mayorkas, that's his name. He said it. They don't have the funds. So I don't know what all these lies are about. You know what I mean? And by the time y'all get finished hearing about the people that actually went through this hurricane and what they're going through now, they really gonna make Trump seem like he's telling the truth about the whole entire thing. I'm pretty much convinced it's something shady going on with these funds. And that's just what it is. Why would this man, Mr. Mayorkas here, say that they don't have enough money, to go through the hurricane season? Why would he say that, if it wasn't true? And then we have pretty much Miss Pierre, I guess that's her name, looking like she's struggling to do damage control just because of these allegations. Now, as far as Kamala Harris go, I think she was basically a puppet in the situation, and she was just doing what she was told to do. Go out there and tell the people that they're going to get $750, for hurricane relief, which, by the way, a lot of these people say they have not seen a quarter of that money. They are being actually turned away, denied, by some AI machines when you call, These people are saying that I don't have this, I don't have that, my house is tore up, whatever. And the machine will say, you denied, after they run them through, some questions. Well, I'll just let you, hear from them for yourself. And then we'll complete the commentary. Check this out.
It's not fresh out of bed, about to have me coffee. But what I'm hearing in the word on the curb is there's a lot of people who are applying for FEMA and they're being rejected instantly. As soon as they go on, they put in their damages. They're like, my lights been out for this many days. I have no food. And as soon as they hit submit, they are receiving an instant denial. And I'm curious as to what would warrant a denial. Because even if you're not giving them money to rebuild a home or something like that, but if they're losing food for days, wouldn't they be entitled to the $750 instant debit card to go replenish their food or maybe get gas or something along those lines? Have you guys heard of this? And if so, why do you think FEMA would deny someone in need like this? Now, it could be because the state refused certain amount of monies from the government that they don't like, but I don't think that would be it, because FEMA stated themselves that they had plenty of money to go around. I'm just curious. What do y'all think about this? Leave me a comment. Let's talk about it. And don't forget to hit the follow button.
I just want everyone to know that we are displaced due to Hurricane Helene from Western North Carolina. We cannot go home. We have no power, no food, no water, no nothing. We are spending $400 a night on a hotel due to price gouging in the surrounding areas because they know that people have nowhere to go. We applied for FEMA. Myself and my sister applied. My sister applied first. She got denied. I said, okay, let me try. I applied. We got denied. So we have both been denied FEMA assistance. So everyone's saying FEMA is helping, $750. And by the way, that $750 wouldn't even cover 2 nights at this hotel. So I just want everyone to know that FEMA sucks and President's doing nothing and we are stuck here. I am blowing through all my savings in a hotel to escape a natural disaster. So fuck you, FEMA. And by the way, do not donate to Red Cross, donate to Samaritan's Purse or to me because we are bringing supplies in. Donate to the victims directly. I'm not taking any of the money for myself. I don't like accepting anything. We are sending truckloads in from a friend who lives out in Greenville. So, and when we get to go back, we will bring a full truck of supplies. So don't donate to these big organizations because we're not getting any of it. No.
You guys, these FEMA conversations are wearing me out. To be clear, I'm a Floridian. I think FEMA's a joke, and I have very little trust or faith in our government. Red, blue, conservative, liberal, whatever. However, that does not make rumors facts. So let's talk about a few things and use common sense. The first thing about this $750 is actually a loan, and if you don't repay it, FEMA can seize your home. First of all, I know a renter personally who is in the process of waiting to hear if she's approved. It is illegal to use that person's property for this person's loan without that person's knowledge or consent. So that would mean her landlord would have to consent to her using his property for collateral for her $750 that would put his property at risk. Do you know any landlord that would do that? I don't. Number two, if you use, well, first of all, everybody I know in the 3 hurricanes since I've lived here, Idalia, Debbie, and Helene, who has applied online has been denied because the online application does not allow for a lot of the nuances that talking to someone does. A lot of people were denied online, and once they talked to someone and explained their situation better, they got, maybe, I don't know if they're approved yet, but they're in the process, not automatically denied. But back to my thing. If you use the grounds of we're displaced, we're having to stay in a hotel, we don't have money for a hotel, and you have homeowners insurance, and your coverage will pay for X amount of nights or dollars in hotel expenses in the case of a disaster. FEMA is very clear that you will have to pay that back. It's an advance kind of on your settlement from your insurance company. Number two is outside of the $750, if you take other types of FEMA disaster assistance that are a loan, then yes, like any loan on your home, if you default, your home can be foreclosed. But that is not the $750. Next is the criteria that gets you approved. I know one person in the process because their computer was fried by a power surge. They run their business out of their home. They do not have homeowners insurance because they are a renter, the same person I'm talking about. They may get approved to replace their computer. Someone else I know that applied was told that they could apply on the basis, because they had a tree on their roof, that they could apply for money to rent or buy equipment for removing the tree. Is $750 going to repair everyone's damage? No. Is it a joke for the people that truly in North Carolina have nothing to their name? It is not near enough. That's not even enough for a week. That's where they would have to apply for different FEMA assistance. And that may or may not be a loan. It would depend on if they had insurance. It would depend on if they were a homeowner or a renter. But that is still separate from the $750 for immediate needs. That alone irritates me. It's a joke. The renter that I know that is in the process, it's been 12 days, and if she gets approved, it could be another 10 days before the deposit is in her bank. That is not near fast enough for the people in North Carolina that truly need it yesterday. So don't come at me with all the, it's not enough, it's ridiculous. I agree, it's not enough. But it's not, we're giving everybody $750 to rebuild your whole life. It is let's get you through this moment while you figure everything else out. Do I think that's awesome and ideal? No. But it's not automatic. It's not a loan. If you need assistance, apply and then read the terms. Better yet, call and ask someone all of your questions and ask for a copy of the terms to your email. You will get a copy in your email. The renter that I'm talking about gets emails all the time updating her, and it has all of the terms and conditions. So please stop, because the fear I have is that people that truly do need the help are not applying because of these rumors. And no matter how we feel about FEMA or our government, that doesn't make these rumors true.
So we can agree that there's definitely a lot of rumors swirling around. But one thing that is not a rumor, and that is the allegations about funding. And the reason why I say that is simply because, I'm convinced about there's been some redistribution of fundings, when it comes down to these migrants. We've seen countless stories about how the Biden and Harris administration, helping to fund these migrants, to have things that they're not helping their own citizens to have or even maintain. Okay? So there's definitely some going on with these FEMA, funds. I mean, Alejandro Mayorkas said it. Well, Mayorkas, he said it. They don't have the money, and then when we hear about and see, all you got to do is Google, Biden giving Ukraine billions of dollars to fund the war. Now, when this happens right here, national disasters like hurricanes and tornadoes, the American people don't have a dime to get back on their feet, to rebuild, you understand? And they are stuck between a rock and a hard place when it's all said and done. That's just what it is. But I want you guys to tell me what you think about this particular situation right here. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on it in the comment section. Do you think that FEMA is actually lying and dragging their feet about helping these people that went through Hurricane Helene? Or do you think they're actually legitimate about what they're going through on the ground with militia groups? They say that are threatening them, meaning that's the reason why they have to halt operations there in North Carolina to help these folks. Tell me in the comment section. People, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched, simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.